Welcome back to Allied Bullies TV. We got a home of beast mode of Bossy Stacks Jr. son. Please welcome to the show, L.O.M Loyalty Over Money, King Tez.
Yes, sir.
Going on, man? How you doing today?
Ah, man, just another day in the world, man.
All right, I'm gonna start off like I always start off with all my guests. I wanna ask you, how did you get into dogs?
Man, I've been into dogs my whole life. I grew up with animals in the home, so it was part of my passion. It was part of me. Like,
All right, how long you been involved with the American Bully breed?
I've been involved with the American Bully breed for about 3 to 4 years now. I started up with pit bulls, so
Okay.
American Terrier, American Bull Terriers, and stuff like that.
All right. When you got into the American Bully breed, who did you purchase your first American Bully from? If you don't mind disclosing that.
And what's funny is, well, I actually bought a dog that I thought was American Bully
Right.
from someone here in Cleveland. We're not gonna speak on that one,
Right.
but
Right.
my first actual bully came from DMK Bullies.
Okay.
Y'all can look them up on Instagram.
Okay.
They out of North Carolina.
Okay.
We purchased a female by the name of Bella. She was a Phantom granddaughter, and I forgot her top head. I mean, her father's top head, but she was an
Okay.
American Bully.
All right. When you first purchased that American Bully, the second one that was a real American Bully, um, did you stay in contact with the breeder any? Like, after that?
Yeah, what's funny is the breeder, she actually just came and did a breeding with our fluffy Big Meech.
Oh, okay.
So she just dropped a Big Meech litter probably about a month and a half, 2 months ago.
All right. Would you like a lot of people they buy dogs, man, from breeders, and people say like, yeah, you could keep in contact with me, you could call me for anything, and this, that, and the third, and all of that. Uh, was you able to, stay in contact with that breeder you bought the dog from, and like maybe get some mentoring from them or some tips on how to do things and things like that?
Mm, no, not for real. Once I bought the XL from her, she moved to like a different lane. She went smaller.
Oh, okay.
So, we was in two different lanes. So
Right. Who who would you is it anybody like right now that you would consider to be like a mentor to you in the dog game today? Like somebody you could call up, get advice from, or somebody you may be still learning things from.
uh offhand, it'll probably be one person in the city that I can call on hand, and they actually know what they're talking about.
Right.
That'd probably be the bully clinic. Shout out to him, man.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. You got a relationship with the bully clinic, like
No, I just been
or
going through
some.
him for years. You feel me? Like anytime I need him, he always one phone call away. You feel me?
Right, right, right. Yeah, that's a good dude, man. He very knowledgeable in the game. He been in the game for quite a while, and you know, I think a lot of more dudes need to reach out to him. You know what I'm saying? If they got questions, some people
Yeah, I
need to
mean, yeah,
be.
he deserves his flowers for sure. He
Yeah.
deserves his flowers for sure. Put it like that.
Um. So, how long have you been like actually breeding?
Backyard breed count
Yeah, just how long you been
since I was
deciding to
about
put two dogs
16.
together?
When I was about 16, I had my first litter of pit bulls.
Okay. What motivates you, to want to breed dogs? Like what's the motivation that push you like, yeah, I want to keep breeding dogs. I want to breed dogs.
Me personally, I like dogs more than I like humans. So these dogs are more like friends to me. So me creating more friends, you can never get enough. Like, come on, man.
Right, right, right.
I love them.
Right. That's a good thing though, hearing somebody say, it's the passion, it's the love for the dogs. I just like dogs, period. You look at them as friends. It ain't just about money, man. Cause I see that on the internet so much that people just in it for money. Like ever since, like the pandemic stuff went on and people was getting these big checks and they was looking at, just a quick flip thing, like let me get in the dog game.
Yeah.
But I've been noticing more people that I'm talking to locally. They actually got a love for these dogs. People here in Cleveland, it ain't just about money.
Hmm.
Um, the last I had when the last time when I had the dog plug on here, the bully clinic, I had asked him about being kennel blind, and being able to notice flaws in your own program and things like that. What are some flaws that you feel you may need to fix in your program, if any?
Well, my whole thing is I'm trying to create a show bull. So I know my male feet ain't the best. I want to tighten the feet up. So every female that I take him to has straight feet. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. The feet are straight.
Right, right,
I know for a fact I got to clean that up. And one other thing that I like to clean up, but I know that's not a big problem, I want to add more girth to my yard.
right, right,
Most people just most people get a 120-pound dog and be like, oh yeah, he's just a big dog. Okay, he's a big dog, but do he actually have the mass to go with it?
right, 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 right. Um, what are your not I don't want you to give up too much of what you cooking up, but what's a little bit of the plan you got to bring in that girth?
Every male that I went to so far is gonna be at least 150 pounds there or better.
Right,
I'm
right,
gonna just
right.
put it like that.
Now, when you bringing in the girth, um, are you still do you what style of XL? Let's just say that. What style of XL do you like? Do you like, a XL that's big, a XL that's got a little bit of size on it,
I
but still can
like
move and functional?
I like an XL that got that wow factor, the wow factor bone, the headpiece, that's still agile, that can do anything like a pit bull terrier can do. You feel me?
Right, right, right,
Can still move, but when you need him to be a couch potato, he's that couch potato. And I started going XL because I was trying to get away from the pit bull terrier style, which is them dogs that's always on go.
right,
So I need something that balance out. I need
right,
something that's gonna be cool and that's still gonna be on go when we need to be. You
right,
know,
right, right,
I just like a well put together show stopping dog. You feel me? That's the road that I'm on.
right. So you plan on maybe, showing in shows?
Oh yeah, of
That's something
course.
you want to get into?
Man, I actually got something cooking up that should be in the show within the next year.
Okay. Is it anybody you've been reaching out to kind of get like tips on, things to do in shows or how to get your dog show ready and stuff like that?
I mean, other than my kennel partners, no, not for real.
Okay. Um, Now you gonna be entering into like ABKC sanction shows. That's
Yeah.
what you're trying to do.
Yep.
Yeah. It's a lot of traveling
Involved
involved
with it.
with
Yep.
that. That's something you looking to maybe start doing,
Yeah.
traveling, getting out the city
Yeah.
a little bit more.
Yep.
Um, I'm actually thinking about doing some traveling myself. I ain't gonna disclose everything that I'm trying to do right now, but I'm actually trying to get out the city and do a little bit of traveling too, though.
I mean, it's always good to get outside the city just to branch off and meet new people and see new scenery. You feel me? Like you can't
What
be stuck in a box all day.
what's the drive behind wanting to do the shows? Is that something you always like, watching dog shows, or what's the drive behind that?
I mean, well, my job for the last 10 years, I was on the road. You feel me? So it ain't no big deal to me. Like I'm cool with it.
So you looking to like champ out a dog, grand champ
I
out
would
a
love,
dog?
I would love to champ out a dog. I would love to have a champion dog behind my name and behind my kennel name.
Yeah, I would think, maybe your first couple shows out is to, like go put your dog in the show, see how you stack up with the competition, and then, maybe like after the shows, actually, pull some of them judges to the side and ask them some questions and things like that and get some game from them because they'll put you up on, hey, this where you need to be, this how you need this, so you could come back, better and better every time. That's just a little advice, I heard from
Okay,
somebody else
okay,
that do shows, you know what I'm saying? They said like, talk to them judges. So
okay. Free game, free game.
everybody, when you see people on the internet in this dog thing, they always like to show all they wins, all the good stuff that's going on, all the successful litters, all of this stuff. They post all the good stuff, but they don't never, show the other side of this game, the losses. And I think,
Man,
that's kind of deceiving and kind of tricky for maybe people that's starting and wanting to get into the breed, new dog owners or even new dog breeders. Um, what's some of the things that you can tell your losses in the dog game, things that may have went wrong since you've been breeding dogs and since you've been owning dogs.
man, man. What happened went wrong. I mean,
Right,
from females not taken to females taken and reversing the pregnancy, like from dogs in your camp getting into it with each other. So now you gotta let dogs out separately. Uh Man, the list goes on. To be honest, it's a lot that goes wrong. I mean, you can do everything right and it still go wrong.
right. It's like I say, man. It's everybody want to showcase their wins, but don't never actually, you know, showcase them losses. You know what I'm saying, and let people know the real behind everything. And because you
Man,
take losses, man, like you said, you could get in this game and think you're gonna buy a male and a female, and yeah, I'm about to breed them two together. I'm about to have this litter. I'm about to make this bread, and things could go. Your female might not take. You know what I'm saying? And then you scratching your head, and you
man,
might breed her
you could
again.
buy a dog thinking that it's gonna turn out one way, and it's actually turned out to be a pit bull.
Right, right. That too.
I mean, it's a lot that can go wrong.
Yeah, that too. You right about that. You know, I just think I'm trying to, make it transparent for people that's getting into this thing, man, to, you know what I'm saying, know what's actually going on so they could avoid the deceiving and the trickery, you know what I'm saying? Because it's a
Man,
lot of that going on, man, right now.
get to know your breeder before you purchase your dog. I'll put it like that. Some breeders are saucing up the game. So you getting a dog that's looking like this sauced up stuff. Get to know your breeder. See what they doing in their camp first.
Right. Um, would you recommend, people when they getting ready to purchase a dog, a lot of people, even when they looking to get a stud, they you getting seamanship and things like that. Do you actually recommend, maybe if you're looking to purchase your dog, to maybe go actually put feet down on their kennel and actually, look at the dogs in person and actually see how these dogs is living and how these people is treating these dogs before you purchase a dog?
Yeah, I mean, most people make it look good for the internet.
right,
If someone is willing to let you pull up any time of the day and check out their camp, that's the one that you really want to be with, because you know they keeping their dogs right. They treating their dogs how they should be treated,
right,
and they got nothing but love for the dogs.
right, right,
Now,
right,
if you got somebody who you've been trying to get to their camp for 2 to 3 months and they always blowing you off, why would you want to buy a dog from them?
right, right, right. I think that, if you selling dogs, you need to be transparent with what you got going on, man. I mean, don't get me wrong, we living in the time of day, and especially in this city in Cleveland where, things go on and people might not want people, pulling up to their homes and things like that. But I think it's up to the breeders also to do their homework on somebody they also dealing with. So you should be able to, if somebody's spending money with you, the kind of money that these dogs cost, they should be able to come physically and take a look at your
Yeah,
males, your females, the puppies, and put hands on dogs and see the temperament of dogs and all of that kind of stuff, and see how these dogs is living if you're spending that kind of money.
yeah. I mean, this ain't the street game, right? Like it's dogs. Like if you scared of somebody pulling up to your house, you doing some shit wrong, bro.
Exactly. Um, I want to touch on that too for a minute. Like you just said, this is not the street game. This is dogs. This ain't the streets. This dogs. And I think that's a problem though too. Right now, you got people that's crossing them two worlds and intertwining them two worlds together. People intertwining the street with the dogs. You know what I'm saying? And I want to touch on, the stereotypes that's being built around these American bullies, far as like, especially that with the XLs, far as the dogs, they getting stereotyped as being aggressive, they being stereotyped as, can't bring these dogs out in public. Then for the American bully, for the the people, the humans, you got stereotypes as, they thinking we gang bangers, we drug dealers, we all type of stuff like that. How you feel about those stereotypes that's being thrown on this bully community?
I mean, they right. It's 95% of the internet. Everybody want to play tough for the internet.
Right,
When in all reality, if you stay in your own lane, man, don't nobody really give a fuck.
right,
This is dogs. This ain't on the block selling nothing. You feel me? You feel me?
right. You know, you got breeders out here that's, taking pictures with stacks of money up to their head, like a money phone and all of that. And like you said, this supposed to be about breeding dogs and creating better dogs and pushing the breed
At that
forward.
point, you just got people looking at you as is. Did you make the money off the dogs? Because if you did, shit, show me the lane, shit.
Right. right.
I've been messing with
Right.
dogs my
Right.
whole life, and hey, come on, man.
Right. Right. You right. Cause anything that I could say that I achieved, it ain't been from no dogs. It been from me putting in hard work, you know what I'm saying? Working
Yeah,
and doing what I gotta do to survive. It went in it. Everything I got ain't come from no dogs.
man. I seen my boy Trig interview. He say, "I take care of my dogs. My dogs don't take care of me. I'm the same way, man. I'm feeding them. They ain't feeding me yet, bro."
Exactly. But people like yourself that got a real passion for these dogs, and they've been doing this for years and years and putting in the work behind the scenes. And yeah, we ain't made no whole lot of money off these dogs, but eventually it'll get to that point and it'll last longer because you know what I'm saying, the work you've been putting in, man.
Yeah, yeah. I most definitely feel that though. It's gonna pay out in the end.
Most definitely. You spoke on having a French bulldog. You got
Oh yeah,
a few?
we got Fluffy. Frenchie right now by the name of Big Meech. He is currently working.
What's the stud fee on him?
Meech is right now at 2,500. Uh, he's close to putbacks. He's a proven producer. He got kids. He got well over 30 kids out here right now.
How did you get into the fluffy? I mean the Frenchies. Period. How did you get into the French bulldogs? Period.
Well, my little brother, my kennel partner out in Arizona, he ain't want to deal with the big dogs. So he was dealing with Yorkies and all that other stuff first, you feel me? Then we got the opportunity to start the Frenchie lane. We
So
ran with it.
is breeding French bulldogs different from the bigger dogs? You know,
Man, it's way different from the French from the big dogs. It's way different.
what would you say some of the differences is?
Some of these big dogs can breed naturally. Them little dogs, you got to do either AIs, surgicals, stuff like that. You feel me? Like then, like they too much. They too much of a headache for real.
Right, right,
The
right.
small dogs,
Coming
it's
from
too
the
much.
big dogs,
It's
dealing
too
with
much
them.
health complications with the small dogs compared to the big dogs.
Right.
It's a lot of differences between the XLs and the Frenchies. I mean,
Yeah, I think I saw on the internet one time it was a lady who breed Frenchies and she was talking about I guess in them bulldog type breeds how you gotta like clean under they wrinkles on their face, make sure getting that kind of stuff that I don't never gotta
man, it's some type of surgery they just came out with just so they can breathe better.
oh that might be what I was on the last dude I just had on there like a palate surgery or something
Yeah,
like that they
some
were saying.
crazy. Yeah. I'm gonna stick with the XLs. you know.
Yeah, I feel the same way, man. I like dogs, man, that can naturally do what they if they was out in the wild, hey, this what they gonna do
Yeah,
and they gonna get the job done, man, but to each his own, I
yeah,
don't knock
yeah.
nobody doing whatever they doing. Um when it comes to breeding, a lot of people put a lot of emphasis and they like to highlight the stud and the breed, and it's always two times this, three times that, and it's always two
Mm.
times or three times this of the male dog that's in the breeding. But when it comes to the female, how do you go about choosing that perfect female that you want to utilize in your breeding program?
Choosing the perfect female. I have yet to get the perfect female,
Right,
but the females that I do have, I wouldn't breed them if I didn't see characteristics I didn't like.
right,
You
right,
know, the female to me, out of every litter that I've seen, they take over probably 70% of the litter.
right,
Uh, like I said, if I didn't like her, I wouldn't breed her
right. No matter what the
because if I
male
didn't
look
like
like.
her, I'm not trying to create more like her.
Right. And 9 times out of 10, that's what you're gonna do when you could take a you could take a champion male and all of this or whatever.
And run into the weakest dog and create some decent dogs, but they're not gonna be next level to be honest. Like,
Yes.
and that's what a lot of people is doing. They taking some females that you probably shouldn't be breeding and running into a nice stud, thinking you every puppy's about to be like that top stud.
Right, right.
I'm a stud owner, and I can tell you, If your dog is trash, my dog can only do what it do.
Right. And that's something that you let people know up front. That's a good, it's a lot of more people need to be doing that though. You know, uh if somebody come to breed to your dog, you got to be honest with them and say, "Hey man, you might not want to spend that money with me, or if you do spend that money with me, this what you can expect. Don't expect for my male to just dominate the whole litter and you gonna
Yeah,
produce this and produce that." People need to be more transparent and let people really know what's going on, but it's always about the money.
yeah,
So
it's a
people
money thing, you
people
know.
people come with
You
that
gotta
bread,
you gotta make yourself look good just to sell some
they
shit.
ain't
So
turning down that money for
nah,
real.
not at all.
What are what are some things that maybe you do to set yourself up for a successful breeding? Like, maybe things you do with the female or maybe things you do with the male before you get ready to breed to maybe set yourself up. Anything
Uh,
can happen, but to set yourself up for a successful breed.
yeah, like make sure y'all deworming y'all dogs. Make sure y'all doing y'all pre-breeding treatments, cleaning y'all dogs out. That's the most important thing y'all can do. Clean y'all dogs out. No, the most important thing y'all can do is actually wait until that dog is ready to fucking breed. Stop breeding that dog too early. Now you gotta whip the litter.
Right,
These XLs, they made to basically self whelp.
right. What age do you think would you suggest to somebody watching this video to breed a female?
Don't breed if you ain't got the passion for it. Cause this shit is not easy. You man, you can have dogs pass away for no apparent reason, to be honest. You feel me?
Yeah. but
Like
How soon would you say to breed a female? Though, what's
I
the
try
age? What's the age?
I try to wait until my females are at least close to 2 years old. Close to 2 years old, then I know they mentally they snap into that mother mode.
Right, right, right. Um, what? Speaking of, whelping, what are some of the most difficult things that you had to go through, whelping the litter?
Dehydration. Dehydration. My puppies was losing weight and I ain't know why. Dehydration is it's serious, man. That's something I wouldn't wish on nobody. I done seen people lose half they litter, whole litters, just because they don't know what's going on there. All your puppy need is shit, some fluids.
So yeah, I was gonna ask you that when you went through that, as far as the dehydration, what were some of the things you had to do to, get out that situation?
Man, Pedialyte was my best friend. A whole lot of Pedialyte and a whole lot of time with them pups.
Right, right.
That's the only thing that helped me, man.
Yeah, believe it or not, when I'm weaning the puppies off the mother, what I like to do when I'm making my mush, I add a little bit of Pedialyte up in there,
Yeah, yeah,
keep
yeah.
them
I
hydrated.
learned from that right there. Like I know get them some type of fluids as soon as they damn near walking crawling around.
hmm That's a big thing, man. Is hydration. That's like, for you or me, we
Yeah,
gotta stay hydrated.
yeah,
Um, I was just watching, a YouTube video maybe like 2 days ago, and I figured I was gonna ask you about it. Maybe if you ever been through it. Um, have you ever had to deal with a puppy swimmer syndrome? You know what that is?
yeah. I know about it, but I've never had to deal with it personally.
Yeah, yeah.
But I can say my kennel partner in Arizona, he dealt with it with them Frenchies.
Right, right.
Uh, he dealt with that. He's dealt with the flat chest that can happen with them Frenchies. Like,
You could get that a lot, from what I'm told, in them bulldog type breeds. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? Very little in our breed. It can happen. You know, it can happen if some dogs, some puppies, they might not develop they leg muscles good. If like me, I like to keep like the terrain inside the whelping box a little
right.
bit rugged. I don't
Mm-hmm.
like to just keep it completely flat and smooth where because that's what make that can make it happen where they're trying to get up, but it's so slippery that
Right.
their leg just keeps going out, and eventually over time they start getting stuck. So I like to keep a little terrain in my box though. um but when I was watching that on YouTube, they was showing like how if that happened, you could take like some tape and make their legs, pull their legs in where it's chest length, chest width apart from each other, and
Mm-hmm.
tape them together and do the same thing in the back. And what that do, it force them to kind of have to stand up and get up on their legs, and that start to strengthen their legs up where they can stand up like that and walk.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I ain't never had to deal with it.
Yeah, yeah,
I be feeling bad for them dogs while they looking like that, though. I ain't even gonna fake it.
yeah.
But
Yeah, that's crazy. They say like, if you don't catch that in time, that can permanently, mess the dog up, where sometimes the dog gotta get put down.
yeah, that's crazy right there.
So for people watching, that's something to maybe look out for, when you breed these dogs, you know what I'm saying? Just
Yeah.
something to pay attention to. Um What you said that you had a surgical
Yeah.
done. What is the process for getting a surgical done? Like what's the process? What you got to go through?
Uh, PG testing your female, that's probably gonna be the most important thing is catching her while she's ovulating. Uh, Me personally, I went to Suburban. Yeah, I went to Suburban up in Maple Heights for the surgical. I mean, yeah, for the surgical.
What
Um, Most important thing was just catching her while she was ovulating. I mean,
is it any specific things they told you to maybe do with your female? Maybe a few days before bringing her, or
no, no, not to be honest, bro. I went up there, got her tested. Probably had to come back like 2, 3 times. When she was right, they told me to go ahead and get this semen shit.
right? What made you choose to get a surgical versus a regular AI or TCI?
The thing is, I thought I was getting a TCI.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I thought I was getting a TCI, and uh, I was tricked. I
Oh,
was tricked.
so the place that you went to get this procedure performed at, you thought that you was gonna get a TCI, but they
Yeah.
somehow convinced you or tricked you into getting a surgical, which I'm pretty sure costs more money than a TCI, correct?
Yeah. Suburban, they tricked me, but they said it was for the best. You know, the vets, they specialize in reproduction. I felt like they knew what they was talking about. But yeah, I didn't think I was going in for uh, a surgical. I thought I was going in for a TCI until I came to the back and my dog was asleep.
So what was your hold on, hold on. So you go in the back and your dog. what she on the table and she sleep.
Yeah, she's sleeping, so they about to start prepping her for the surgery. You know, they about to start shaving her
So
and cleaning her up and
what's
stuff.
going through your mind at this point? What you thinking?
As soon as I seen her sleep, I instantly asked him, "What's going on?"
Right,
Uh, the doctor, the guy that performed uh the guy that performed the surgery, he came out there and talked to me. He said the surgical would be way more efficient than the TCI or just the AI. You feel me? He said he knew that I had spent money on the breeding just to get the semen shipped out from North Carolina, I believe. No, Oklahoma.
right,
Bossy Stacks Jr. is located in Oklahoma. So he knew I spent money on that, and he was trying to give me the best chance of a successful litter.
right. And that's fine. That
But
I
once he once
understand
once he
that.
talked to me though, once he talked to me,
It
it
made
was all
sense.
cool. Yeah, it made sense. It was all cool. You know,
So
you feel me?
all in all,
It,
things
it
was
worked
cool
out. It
then.
worked out how it was supposed to.
Right, right, right. That's cool then.
Yeah, I'm
Everything.
gonna say I was tricked, but it worked out how it worked out for the best, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. You know, the the only thing, like that's with anything, man. When people selling something, that's like you might take your car to a mechanic for something and then end up calling you telling you, shit, man, you might go in for an oil change, but shit, you might need an air filter, you might need this or that. So it come along with the game,
Yeah.
same thing with these vets or anybody else selling something or doing something, they gotta upsell you at some
Hmm.
point.
They
Um,
just knew that was a way to get more money.
right.
You know, that's what they do.
Would you get a surgical done in the future? What what
Mm.
what what reason? I mean, I get you get a better chance at a successful breeding, but do you think that's something a route you would go again in the future?
Only if I'm getting semen shit from like out of state.
Right, right.
Yeah, that's the only way.
Now I noticed I did see on your Instagram, I think I saw you doing like an AI on there. Actually, you was actually doing the AI.
Hmm.
Um, how did you go about, learning how to do AIs?
Uh, YouTube,
Okay,
YouTube. I had an aggressive male. I was breeding pit bulls. I had an aggressive male that I really wanted to breed, but I knew he would never naturally breed with a female.
right, right,
That was the only way I could get offspring off of him. So I had to basically learn how to.
right. So you went to YouTube and you watched some videos and like shit, I got it.
Shit, I got
I
it,
got
man.
it.
I'm hands on with
Right,
these
right,
dogs every day.
right, right,
Let's try it.
right.
Why not?
Did you do any other AIs after that? After that
Yeah,
breeding?
yeah, yeah. I did a couple AIs for people outside of my camp. Like me
Right,
personally, I don't even have to do AIs in my camp because I breed egg cells and they do it themselves.
right, right, right. Um, with the American Bully the breed period. What what are some top must have accessories? If you own these dogs, in your opinion, like what's some accessories you think an American Bully breed owner or a breeder should have? Maybe in a garage on a shelf or
Mm.
it could
What's a
be
must have?
like it could be. anything.
A
Just
must
in your
have.
opinion, you know?
A must have. Shit. You must have time for these dogs.
Right.
You must have
Right.
money to take care of these dogs. You must have a a rainy day stash just in case you need to actually take these dogs to the vet. Everything cannot just be done off of, oh man, let me call somebody and see if they ever been through this. That might not be what your dog is going through.
Right.
If you ain't got the money to take them dogs to the vet, you shouldn't have multiple dogs. You shouldn't have a dog at all. If you can't support and provide for these dogs.
Right. And to touch on what you just said, like every situation ain't the same. And also no one person or this person, they not no professional. So, you know, you running the risk of listening to somebody else tell you, hey, do this to your dog or medicate your dog with this or medicate your dog with that. Then when something go wrong and it don't go the way you thought it was gonna go, now you may be into it with that certain individual.
When
So
in all reality, all it needed was probably one other medicine and it would have snapped back to you feel me?
right. Yeah, I agree with that though. Those are some must-have things though. You gotta have money to have these dogs. Everything what you said that those are must-have things though. You kind of you kind of got me with that though.
I mean, you got to think about it. If you ain't got the time for the dogs, your dogs is not gonna turn out how you want it to.
Right,
So now you thinking you done waste your money when you about to get his dog away and it's about to turn into something completely different because the next person got the time for it. You feel me?
let's touch on that too for a minute. The time that you gotta have with these dogs. You know, you got people that lock these dogs up and they sit in kennels or sit in cages all day.
Hmm.
Um, what's your thoughts on that? Like, you know, what you I want to just elaborate a little bit more on
Them,
spending more time
them,
with the dog.
them is the people that's doing it for the money. Them is the people that's trying to gain something from the dogs. Uh, them the ones that don't need to have dogs. To be honest, if your dog is locked up in a cage all fucking day, like they in jail, you a you one kind of a motherfucker.
Right.
You one kind of a person.
Right, right.
No disrespect to nobody, but just think about it yourself. You being caged in 23 hours a day
Yeah, if you
with
ever
maybe 2 meals.
for people that's in Cleveland or in Ohio, period, like you just said, think about being in Lorraine Correctional Facility, you know, intake 23 hours a day, 1 hour out. Imagine how that feel, you know, and you got people doing that to these dogs on an everyday basis, man.
Yeah,
I was gonna say thousands, it may be millions of dogs that's going through this. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that ain't cool at all,
nah,
man.
not at all.
What what are three or maybe you know how many ever common mistakes that you think American bully owners make? You know, maybe like people working a dog out too early, things like that. Like what's some common mistakes that people make with these dogs?
Uh, Not working their dogs at all, overfeeding. Just I learned that overfeeding your dogs at a young age is gonna make their feet splay out and easty west, all that, whatever you feel me. Uh, uh, I know a few people that buy males thinking they're gonna be a top stud and Every male is not a stud. Every male dog is not a stud. I'm gonna put it like that.
People don't understand, man. Like you
Uh,
said, go ahead.
no, go right
When
ahead.
you people don't understand, like you just said, like every male dog not a stud. Um, the dog plug touched on it as well. Like you could have four males come from the same litter, and out of them four males, one male might be a producer, and three of them males they might not be producers, and they all came from the same litter. So you can't really put high hopes on a male stud until you actually see the work that he could put in. That's why I spoke on this in one of the past interviews too, where like I think it was like with Neptune Bullies who I had on here, and I had asked him about dudes locking in studs when a dog is only 5 months. How you gonna lock this male dog in for a breed in that 5 months and send somebody your money for a male and he only 5 months?
Hey, you gotta have high hopes in somebody dog or in a program to lock a dog in there
Yeah, that's crazy. Cause like I say, you
early.
don't you
You
don't know
don't
what
know
this
how this
dog.
dog is going to turn out. You just, I mean, you got to see something you like in that dog. I guess. Me personally, I would never do it. I need to see that dog can actually produce semen at least.
At the
I
bare
mean,
minimum.
yeah, at the bare minimum, I need to see that your shit is swimming.
Right, right. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Locking in dogs at that age, but it's going on right now, man.
Hey, it's going on a lot.
What what advice for people that's watching this video and just getting into the breed? What advice can you give to them, man? Any advice?
Don't jump in the game thinking you about to earn some quick cash. You'll go broke. You'll be mad, pissed off. You're gonna be one of them people. Hey, you're gonna be one of them people that got them 23 and one dogs. I swear. Nah, just have love for the dogs, man. Just have a passion for the dogs. That's the best advice I can give you.
Right. I know you done work with a few breeders here in Cleveland. If you could work with any breeders in Cleveland, who would it be? It gotta be breeders you ain't worked with yet, though.
Mm, breeders here in Cleveland that I want to work with. 103. 103.
It's 103 like underscore percent.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Yep.
103. That's my boy. I ain't never did no work with him yet.
Okay.
But I wanna, you feel me? 103, I know for one thing for sure, he got a passion for the dogs like I do. He always had dogs from early since I knew him. We grew up together, you feel me? Like
Right.
I work with 103 for sure.
Okay. Who now is it any people in Cleveland that you have worked with already?
Yeah, I done work with a couple comps already. Uh yeah, I done work with a few comps. Yeah.
um, it's a I've been watching, you know what I'm saying, in Cleveland. It's a lot of people doing a lot of stuff right now with the dogs. As far as like, it's a lot of people bringing in new dogs. It's a lot of breedings going on. What you got planned for 2024, far as with the dogs?
As far as with the dog, shit, I just plan on taking care of him, man. I do got one big breed I got planned, but we ain't gonna drop that jet until
Right,
we actually confirm something off of it.
right.
But yeah, I plan on staying out y'all way. I don't want no problems with nobody,
Right.
you know. Uh, that's about it for real, man. All right.
What's some of your favorite American bullies in the game right now? Not just in Cleveland, just period. Any class, it could be pockets, XLs, anything. Like, what's
Mm,
some of your favorite dogs in the game? Dogs you look at like, damn, I like him.
Zippo, Zip. That's gonna be one of my overall
What kennel got that dog? Is that like
create
Create
greatest.
Greater
Yeah,
Bullies?
create greatest
Yeah,
bully.
yeah, okay.
Zip. He.
He got a wide spread on the front.
Yeah, that's. I'm messing with him right now. Uh, Lolo Bully's got a lot of dogs I do like down there. Uh, I fuck with my boy Two down here with that boy Kilo. Shout out to Two.
That's a DSK, right?
Yeah, that's DSK. I like Kilo. Uh, my overall top dog on the stud side right now is Zippo out here. Don't have to be Big Zip right now.
He throwing
Other
he
than my boy Beast Mode, I
he
love that boy to death.
he throwing himself too. From what I've been seeing, he throwing that look on them
Yeah,
puppies.
yeah. I can't wait to bring some of that into the camp.
I it's somebody I can't even remember right now, man. You probably can. I can't remember. I just recently saw it. It's somebody here in Cleveland that's breeding to that dog. I can't
I know
think
my
of.
boy Toot just dropped
Maybe that's who it
yeah,
was
yeah,
then. Cause
yeah.
there's somebody here that got something going
Yeah, my
on with
boy
that
Toot
dog.
just dropped he got plans on breeding a zip.
Yeah, yeah. I knew I
I actually
saw.
got plans on breeding a zip.
Yeah, that'd be a good look too. I
Yeah,
like that dog too though.
yeah,
He got a lot of, like I said, he got that wide front on him. And
yeah.
it's
He
straight
got
and it's
that girth.
correct
Yeah, yep.
too.
Mm-hmm.
Feet tight. Like, yeah. I like that dog too though.
Yeah.
Um Before we get up out of here, is it anything you want to let the viewers know, maybe about, what you got going on? Where can people find you and how can they contact you if they want to get in touch with you?
Oh man, reach out on Instagram, L.O.M King Tez, or you can hit up one of my kennel partners. Any one of the L.O.M pages that you see, it should be one of us, man. If not, you should see most of our dogs on our page. If you don't see our dogs, you know it's not us.
Right.
I mean, I'm gonna get everybody in Cleveland right now they flowers though. Like everybody been doing their thing, man. I've been seeing everything. You know, I'm not no fucking hater. I get everybody their flowers. Y'all keep working. Uh, Beast Mode. I do have a breeding coming up with Beast Mode. So if y'all looking for puppies, I have some puppies on the ground by probably by the time this come out or whatever. Uh, yeah. I mean,
Speaking on puppies on the ground, I want to say something real quick. Maybe you would be interested in it as well. What I'm gonna start doing though, for people here in Cleveland is like, when people have these litters and stuff like that, if they want, I would like to, come in, maybe once they puppies get, 4, 5, 6 weeks, and maybe they could showcase their puppies, show them, each one, let people
Mm-hmm.
know this a male or female. Then we could let people know where to contact you at, and we could put it up on the YouTube channel, and maybe try to, just to try to help out.
Yeah, we could definitely talk about that for sure.
Um, Before we get out of here though, beast mode. Um, how old is beast mode?
Beast Mode just turned 2. He's a direct Bossy Stacks Junior son, Bossy Stacks Junior grandson, uh, Phantom grandson. Uh, y'all gotta come check him out in person, man. Picture does my boy no justice. Man, like, hey, you gotta come.
What's his current stud fee and what's the lock in?
Uh, 1,500 stud fee, or 750 in the pub back, to approved females only. Uh, like I said, y'all gotta come check him out, man. Beast Mode, he's something different.
Right. All right. Allied Bullies TV, and we out of here like yesterday. Good to have you on the show, man.
Oh
Appreciate it.
man, I always appreciate you, man.
Hopefully we'll get you back on, and like I said, hopefully when you have a litter, we could come through and check them out.
Oh, for sure.
Appreciate you.
This episode of Allied Bullies TV is being brought to you by K9 Super Supplements Puppy Formula. This awesome supplement contains green tripe, goat's milk, biotin, along with 6 other ingredients to promote growth and development, support immunity, digestive health, bone health, and also skin and coat health. Head on over to K9supersupplements.com today and grab yours.